Along the same lines as communication, shape is also used to identify things. Take the human body's shape, for instance. That's something that we clearly recognize and can identify when we see its shape. Or take a look back at this picture of these men playing basketball. Well, wait, how do we know they're playing basketball? If you look, the only detail in this photo is in the sky and in the ocean, and yet we know they're playing basketball? Of course, because the shape is identifying things that we previously understand and have seen before. Now that we know that shape both communicates and identifies things clearly, how can we use this to our advantage as photographers to make our images more interesting? The key for highlighting or drawing out shape in an image is contrast. The idea that we want our shape to be strikingly different than the background. How do we do that? More often than not, the best way to find contrast and use it is by looking at the direction of light in your image. Take this picture for instance. Notice that it is backlit, meaning that the light is coming from behind. In doing this, there is no light on the front of this shape, and so it is a silhouette, or it is highlighted. There is contrast here because it is stark black compared to the colorful and lit up background. Over the summer, my kids were playing in some sprinklers with their friends. I saw one of their friends playing, and I noticed the sun was coming from behind him. I positioned myself so that the light would wrap around his shape, highlighting and drawing out this shape of movement and fun. A few years ago, I had my camera, and I blasted my brother from behind with lights and caught this image. Notice that his profile, the silhouette of his face, is highlighted, and that the light lightly wraps around the edges, highlighting that shape of his face. While I was in Southern California saying goodbye to a friend, my wife captured this image. Notice that my friend and I are backlit, and so our shape is being highlighted. Remember what shape does. It communicates, and in this image, I believe that it communicates friendship well. Notice here how the light does not come from behind, and yet the shape is highlighted. We call this front lit. The flower, the subject, is being lit from the front, and yet because the background is not lit, it produces this nice contrasting shape.